This might be the smallest palace I've ever been in.
An apartment. I thought we were moving forward, Meghan.
Well, we're not. I feel like the focus is starting to shift off of me. Maybe in editing you'll fix it.
We don't need to be a brand, do we? If it's truly what we want, then we really can get away from it all. No more magazines and Netflix shows. We really can live a normal life.
I'm sick of hearing about them, but I can't get away from them. They're everywhere, in my face.
Look, Kyle, we just kind of don't care about some dumb prince and his stupid wife.
What if Meghan Markle's biggest humiliation hasn't even happened yet? Forget the Netflix drama, forget the Oprah interview. What's coming next might just blow all of that out of the water. Prince Harry thought the storm had passed. The headlines had calmed, the memes had faded, and the mockery from South Park's first Savage takedown had finally started to die out. But now, it's back. According to multiple insiders, South Park's creators are planning a second parody. This time, zeroing in on Meghan's now infamous pregnancy video. That bizarre hospital room twerk clip that had the internet gasping? Yeah, that's the centerpiece. And if you think Harry and Meghan are just going to laugh it off, think again. Behind closed doors, Montecito is reportedly in full panic mode. Lawyers, PR teams, desperate phone calls to Hollywood execs. It's all happening. Some speculative reports even claim Harry has been losing sleep over it, allegedly waking in the middle of the night after being sent a leaked cartoon storyboard featuring a red-haired prince and an animated baby bump. Because if this episode airs the way insiders are describing it, Meghan's carefully crafted image of empowerment might not just crack, it might collapse entirely, with no legal path to block the broadcast, no Hollywood allies willing to step in, and even the palace refusing to intervene. Harry is facing the one thing he's never been able to control, being the punchline. Again, it started with a video that was supposed to be heartfelt, maybe even empowering. But what Meghan Markle ended up posting looked more like a PR disaster in slow motion. A hospital room, Prince Harry behind the camera, Meghan in full glam, exaggeratedly dancing and cradling a bump that didn't exactly look natural. She twerks, poses, and mouths, along to lyrics about being a baby mama and needing child support. It was awkward, cringy, and it didn't take long before social media lit up with suspicion. Was this really a spontaneous celebration of motherhood, or was it a carefully lit, highly choreographed attempt to go viral? For a couple constantly begging for privacy, this felt like the total opposite. Commenters immediately questioned everything, from the bump's size to the camera angles. Some even brought up old conspiracy theories about whether Meghan was ever pregnant to begin with. But while the internet debated, South Park was watching, and they were just getting started.
Down with the monarch! We deserve our privacy!
Hey.
Did you know it's cold in there?
Yeah.
Must be an American thing.
It's not.
If you thought this was the couple's first run-in with South Park, think again. The show already came for Harry and Meghan once, and it was brutal. Back in early 2023, South Park aired the now infamous Worldwide Privacy Tour episode. It mocked everything from Harry's book tour to Meghan's influencer vibes, painting the couple as fame-hungry royals who demanded privacy while chasing every spotlight. The animation was exaggerated, sure, but the damage was real. Memes exploded. Late-night shows ran with it. Even royal watchers said the satire hit a little too close to home. For Harry, it was a full-on reputational gut punch. And Meghan, let's just say her empowerment brand didn't come out unscathed. Most assumed it was a one-and-done roast. A single episode, a quick laugh. But behind the scenes, the creators, Trey Parker and Matt Stone, weren't finished. Because while the world was still talking about the first cartoon, they were already watching that viral pregnancy video and sharpening their pens.
We want privacy! We want privacy!
According to insiders close to the production, South Park's next move is already in motion. And it's not just a jab, it's a full-on takedown. The working title? Respect Our Pregnancy. And if that sounds like satire with a sledgehammer, it is. Sources say the episode opens on a fake Netflix set. Cartoon Meghan is rehearsing her viral dance moves while assistants adjust ring lights and fluff a prosthetic bump. Harry stands off to the side, clipboard in hand, anxiously whispering about empowerment optics. Then Cartman bursts in, playing a deranged studio boss, screaming, "Cue the vulnerable sparkle," and bribing cameramen with oat milk lattes. The show doesn't just mock the video, it mocks the aesthetic, the overly curated authenticity, the manufactured spontaneity. Every second of the skit drives home the same idea. None of this was real. One storyboard reportedly shows Meghan's cartoon bump jiggling wildly while flashing subtitles pop up saying "scripted moment" again and again. Even the props aren't safe. Insiders claim the animators nicknamed the fake belly the pillow of truth. And for Meghan and Harry, the punchlines are getting personal. Behind the scenes, things are unraveling. Montecito, usually calm and curated, has turned into a full-blown crisis bunker. Every morning starts with Zoom calls packed with legal teams, PR consultants, and panicked assistants. Their mission? Find a way to stop South Park, or at least blunt the impact. Harry reportedly can't sleep. He's pacing the garden, blasting meditation playlists, and rehearsing what he might say in a last-minute interview. Meghan, on the other hand, is livid. Staffers say she enters each call demanding updates. What do they have? Who leaked it? Can we block it? But there's a problem. Every legal expert says the same thing. Parody is protected. Emotional distress doesn't apply. Harassment of an unborn child? Not in the US. One lawyer even warned them that trying to sue could backfire, turning the couple into even bigger punchlines. To make matters worse, even Buckingham Palace is staying quiet. No support, no intervention, just a cold shoulder from the firm, and the sting that comes with it. The deeper they dig, the more it becomes clear. There's no winning this, but Meghan still hasn't given up, and Harry is about to make a desperate move. If there was one card Meghan and Harry were counting on, it was the law. But after weeks of digging, every legal path led to a dead end. Their team explored everything: defamation, privacy violation, emotional distress, even prenatal harassment. But US courts don't play by royal rules. One memo reportedly summed it up with brutal clarity. You can't sue for exaggerating a video you published yourself. And that was that. Even the idea of leaning on Harry's royal title fell flat. The moment he stepped away from working royal duties, his ceremonial shield became, in legal terms, useless. The palace wasn't going to intervene, and the courts weren't going to stop a cartoon. One advisor even joked that if Queen Elizabeth could survive being animated tap dancing on corgis, Harry can survive a rubber baby bump. And the worst part? Trey Parker and Matt Stone know all of this. They've built a career on legally bulletproof satire. A Paramount executive reportedly warned, if Meghan's lawyers send a cease and desist, the creators will probably read it on air, just to mock them again. In other words, not only is there no legal escape, pushing back might only make the fire hotter. With legal options off the table, Harry tried a different strategy: calling in favors. According to insiders, his phone log turned into a who's who of Hollywood. Netflix producers, Paramount connections, even celebrity neighbors who once waved across Montecito hedges. The ask wasn't always direct, but the message was clear. Can you find out how bad it's going to be? The response is mostly silence, some polite apologies, and a few brutally honest warnings. One late-night host reportedly told Harry flat out, "Pushing back on South Park is like spraying lighter fluid on a bonfire." Another insider added that even if Paramount wanted to help, they couldn't. Editorial independence trumps every backroom favor, especially when the show in question is one of the last untouchable forces in comedy. Even Meghan's influencer friends weren't stepping up. Some asked for 5-figure payments to post support messages. Others ghosted entirely. A well-known wellness coach reportedly declined by saying, "I love Meg, but I'm not stepping into that crossfire." By week's end, the truth was unavoidable. Hollywood might sympathize with a rattled prince, but not at the cost of crossing South Park. The moment whispers of South Park's new parody leaked online, the internet did what it does best. It exploded. Prince parody trended within hours. GIFs of Harry fumbling with a ring light were spliced next to stills from his Netflix docuseries. TikTok creators jumped in, stitching fake behind-the-scenes footage, complete with mock PAs counting Meghan's twerks while animated producers screamed for more empowerment. But this wasn't just about laughs. It reopened every conspiracy theory Meghan had fought for years to bury. The infamous pillow bump claims, doctored birth certificate rumors, accusations that her pregnancies were all just optics. Now those fringe theories were being repackaged as satire and gaining mainstream traction. Commenters were overlaying text like "staged" and "nothing's real" over her old maternity photos. Even neutral parenting influencers were being dragged into the crossfire, forced to pick sides or disable comments. The line between parody and perception was blurring fast, and for Meghan and Harry, that blur could become permanent. While the memes raged online, the real damage was happening behind closed doors, in boardrooms and brand deals. Invictus sponsors, already rattled by the first South Park hit, started pulling back. A European athletic wear partner reportedly asked to remove their logo from team singlets until after the episode airs. A California tech donor delayed a major mental health summit sponsorship, afraid the cartoon version of Harry would overshadow their message. Even Meghan's own business ventures were taking hits. PR teams noticed sentiment sliding. Her empowerment narrative was down 14% in online positivity. Influencer pages that once championed her quietly limited comments or shut down replies altogether. No one wanted to be caught on the wrong side of a meme storm. Every joke wasn't just personal, it was professional. The Sussex brand, once sold as authentic and aspirational, was now inching dangerously close to being seen as performative and self-parodying. And once that shift locks in the public's mind, no amount of glossy documentaries or charity appearances can clean it up. While Meghan and Harry scrambled to contain the fallout, Buckingham Palace watched in silence, and some say, with quiet satisfaction. Sources inside the royal circle claim King Charles and Prince William were fully aware of the brewing South Park sequel, but instead of stepping in, they issued a clear directive: no comment on satirical programming. In other words, let Harry deal with it. One aide reportedly forwarded the news of the parody to the king's private secretary with a dry note that read, "Brace for headlines." No intervention, no sympathy, just a shrug from the institution Harry had spent years trying to expose. For Harry, the silence hurt more than the mockery. He had been inching toward reconciliation, private talks, a brief visit to Clarence's house, even a potential charity tie-in. But this? A public cartoon scandal with global reach? It might reset all that progress to zero. And if South Park lands another cultural gut punch, the palace won't lift a finger to stop the fallout. So now, Harry faces a decision with no good outcome. Option 1, say nothing, let the episode air, suffer the memes, and hope it blows over. But silence is risky. In today's digital world, it reads like guilt, and every day he stays quiet, the internet fills in the blanks. Option 2, fight back. Publicly denounce the show, claim it's misogynistic, call it bullying. But critics would pounce. Here they go again, can't take a joke. Worse, South Park might mock the response in their next episode. Option 3, try to laugh along. Appear on a talk show, smile, act unbothered. But if even one chuckle gets clipped and turned into a looped meme, it's game over. He becomes the joke permanently. Behind the scenes, PR teams have drafted 2 strategies. One leans into humility. A brief self-deprecating video, maybe walking on the beach, saying, "Parenthood makes us all a little silly." The other turns the mockery into a cause. A campaign about online harassment of new parents. But both are gambles. If the parody lands a viral catchphrase or a brutal one-liner that sticks, no spin will erase it. No campaign will reverse it. Harry could be branded clueless prince forever. And as South Park's animators lock the final reel and Paramount's promo machine kicks into gear, the world waits. Because in a matter of days, Harry won't just be watching TV, he'll be watching his reputation redraw itself in real time. So now the question lands squarely with you. Should Harry meet the mockery head-on with a little self-deprecating humility? Or would any reaction just throw jet fuel on South Park's fire? And beyond the Sussex drama, where do you draw the line between fair parody and punching down? Especially when parenthood, image, and public pressure are all on the table? Drop your take in the comments. We want to hear where you stand. And if you've made it this far, you already know. This story isn't over. The next twist? It's coming. So hit that like button if you're here for every inside turn, and subscribe to make sure you don't miss what's coming next. Because if you thought this was messy, just wait.